to capture their vision. It is our shared understanding that Indian institutions, in order to attain global reckoning, can ill afford to teach students anything less than contemporary. Higher education cannot be rendered on the turf of vintage knowledge. It must be driven by newer thinking and innovation. Our institutes must imbibe these attributes while preparing the next generation. Young friends, our higher educational institutions do not match the global standards as brought out by international surveys and rating agencies. Though subject-wise, a few Indian institutions manage to garner higher ratings. IITs of Madras and Bombay are amongst the top 50 institutions in civil engineering, and while IITs in Delhi and Bombay are the top 50 in electrical engineering, these achievements are mostly peripheral, as they are not within the top 200 universities in the world in overall ranking. And this point, almost like parrot, I am repeating in every convocation, that this is a country which once led the whole world in the realm of higher education. Not for 1 or 2 years, 1 or 2 decades, but almost over 15 centuries. From 3rd century BC, the glorious days of Takshashila, where the confluence of international civilizations and mighty minds took place. In 3rd century BC, to the glorious days of Nalanda, which collapsed in 12th century AD. In these 1500 years, India was the leader in the higher education. I do not find any reason, when we have excellent faculties, brilliant students, and when we are creating, where your institution has taken the initiative of the appropriate conducive atmosphere to encourage research, innovation, why can't we occupy our rightful place in the Committee of Nations? One thing we must remember, in this fiercely competitive world, we must earn our place, our seat in the top bench of the international community. Nothing will be offered, everything will have to be earned. Greater internationalization and collaboration with top global institutes, hiring of foreign faculty, and drawing of students from abroad must receive sustained focus. Centers of excellence must be built to nurture the core competence of our institutions in select areas. Periodic peer review using international benchmarks must be instituted to not only bring international visibility but also understand shortcomings in your own academic management. I am happy to note that IISER Pune has already set up an international expert committee to review its performance and suggest future directions. Our institutions must never be found wanting in their proclivity for cutting-edge research. They must identify and initiate new and frontier research, especially in multidisciplinary areas in energy, environment, and health. They must forge collaborations with the reputed international institutions which they can leverage for international research funding. They must promote innovation and act as a platform of the flowering of ingenious ideas in common man. They must beat their current inertia and establish productive association with the industry through internships and research projects. They must have a dedicated industry interface cell that can interact with the innovation incubators for monetizing ideas and working towards knowledge transfer. They must together create an innovation web to establish linkage between advanced research centers and grassroots innovators. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our institutions and other stakeholders in the educational domain must have the requisite functional systems within them to realize the multiple goals of quality upgradation. This calls for a governance structure in the higher academic institutions that is flexible, monitorable, and transparent. This will facilitate quick decision-making and enable adequate support for its creative pursuits. Our country today requires a pool of the talented science graduates. IISERs must be geared to train students to pursue rewarding careers in science and technology. I am delighted to learn about the achievements of IISER Pune in terms of research publications, scientific collaborations, faculty peer recognitions, research grants, and student achievements. Its interdisciplinary approach in faculty organization, research, and teaching is commendable. I congratulate everyone at IISER Pune for making this possible. I also applaud the management for its clear vision. I am confident that IISER Pune would progress to become a top-ranking institute in the times to come and make a difference of science education and research in our country. Once again, young graduates, I congratulate you. From tomorrow, in this fiercely competitive world, you will be on your own. But nothing to be cared. The training which you have received, the talent in you which have been ignited, the confidence which has been injected in you by the guidance of your faculty members under the nurturing care of your alma mater would make you confident to face the challenging world in every aspect. I wish you all success. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind.